First Take here in Miami. Since the BCS era began in 1998, only 6 college quarterbacks have won the Heisman Trophy and a national championship in their collegiate career, with the most recent being Joe Burrow back in 2019. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman Trophy this season. Will he join this group and also win a title? Cam Newton's on this list, and someone else who's about to join us is as well.
You know how I feel about Tim Tebow. I like him. He's my friend. Oh, he's my friend. Such a nice guy. He's my friend. I like him.
It is an honor and a privilege to be sitting next to my friend.
My friend, Tim Tebow.
Your best friend.
My friend, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is my friend, okay?
Tebow is my friend.
My friend, Tim Tebow.
It's always good to see my friend. Hell no.
My friend, Tim Tebow.
Let's welcome in two-time national champion there, Tim Tebow. Hello, Tim Tebow.
How we
Welcome
doing,
to
guys?
First
Thanks
Take.
for having me. You know, my favorite thing about those flashbacks is you had no grays.
Right. It's that the times have changed. Times have changed. When you over 50, my brother. That's just how it goes. But I like it. I like the way I look right now. I'm good.
You got to bring the glasses back. I asked him if he got LASIK. I'm like, what happened to the glasses? Took those away.
Something that I've talked to Fernando about, and we talk a lot, because it's not that it's not sound, it's that they do it on purpose so that the quarterback will hesitate. And look at last week, Trinidad, the first half, and Trinidad's one of my favorite players in college football. But he was uncomfortable.
Trying to figure it out.
He was trying to figure it out. They're giving him all these different looks. And then the second half, because of the tempo, he was able to get it figured out. And then he started to deal against this defense.
Right.
I think early on, Fernando has to really understand what he's seeing, not put their team in harm's way, because both of these teams are going to try to dictate the style of play.
Right.
And if they can get after him or force a turnover, I think it changed the style of play for Miami.
Tim, I got to go to you with this question because I'm very, very worried about this national championship game. I want a competitive match out. I don't want to see a blowout. I don't want to see what Indiana did to Alabama. I don't want to see. I don't
think we'll see that.
That's where I'm going. I don't want to see what Indiana did to Oregon.
I do.
What is it about Miami that should make us believe we're not going to see them looking like Alabama or Oregon looked against Indiana?
Offense and defensive line, Carson Beck, as he handled the situation, the way he plays. So many times we say about quarterbacks that, oh, he's managing the game and making smart decisions as if it's a bad thing.
Right.
It is not a bad thing. Like, he knows that this team goes through their offensive defensive line and Mark Fletcher, their running back. But when it's put on him, like it was in the fourth quarter, then he can step up and make plays. He understands that. He started over 40 games. He's a veteran. I don't see this game being a blowout. I see this game being extremely physical because I think it's the best offensive defensive line for Miami that Indiana has faced all year.
I may have been faster than him.
You were.
But when it came down to quicker,
Slight flex.
3-cone drill, I could not see him. It was certain things that's what made University of Florida so different. Now, I had the opportunity to see Deontay Thompson and Brandon James yesterday, and it was just so good to catch up. When you see a game like tonight, not just managing expectation, who has the most pressure? Is it Miami, who is playing in front of their home crowd, or is it Indiana, a team that's trying to protect the O?
Indiana. I don't even think it's close.
Said the same thing.
I think Miami's playing with a lot more house money than Indiana. I think Indiana, everybody said it's a miracle season. You're way ahead of your time. It's the greatest turnaround in college football history. It's such an incredible season. Some people are going to put Fernando Mendoza in your category and Joe Burrow's category for what they've done in a year. And I think if they finish this way, he should be in that category. Yeah. But I think there's way more pressure on Indiana. I think they have to do a good job of understanding that we don't have to be any different than we've been all year.
Right.
We just have to be our best for 60 minutes, and our best is going to be good enough. Mm-hmm. But going back to what you were saying about before, this is one of the most gifted young men I've ever been around. He's also one of the most contagious young men I've ever been around. And we had so much fun. Yeah. And he talks about me pushing him, but he pushed me to the nth degree in so many different ways, with his joy, his love for life, how happy he was, his physical ability, his want to be great. And I'm sure you remember this. I was okay in a few things. One of the things I was okay in was tug of war.
Oh my God.
And I don't know that I ever lost to anybody except for him. maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I forgot 1 or 2 times. But I remember the first time that Cam, I think it was on a Tuesday night, beat me in tug of war. And, you know, boy, he's so strong, and he got me right off the start, and I just couldn't reel back in. But a lot of the times I would win because other people just couldn't. They give up.
He had a presence.
They would give up, right? They wouldn't sustain that relentless effort.
Right.
And he beat me, and everybody stopped.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped.
And I'm so naive to the whole situation. It's like, yo, I'm not trying to get yelled at. Coach Byron, I was that guy that was like, oh my God, it's Cam again. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to wake up on Saturday mornings to do extra things. But bro, you helped me out so much, man. Whether I knew it directly or indirectly, Tim Tebow had a very major impact on my development.
So my question would be for you, the last question is this, Tim Tebow. Outside of Fernando Mendoza and Carson Beck, what should we be looking at tonight that would be the X factor that decides who has the trophy at the end of this game?
I think there's going to be a lot of X factors that people could name that are highlight reels. I think one that that's way under the radar is Riley Nowakowski, the tight end for Indiana. Because if you go back to last week, where did Ole Miss have a lot of success not fully understanding the coverage, but then just giving something that Trinidad could understand? It's in flood concepts, and it was to Daquan, their tight end, and they got 3 huge receptions and on the same play, just flipping it back and forth. One that gave them the go-ahead touchdown late in the game. And I also think that Riley is such a good route runner, blocker, and they can use him so many ways. So when they have all these unique coverages that are going to try to get too over the top of some of these receivers, maybe it's Riley that can have some of the big plays. I know that's under the radar.
No, that's why I asked you, yeah.
Quickly, we got to go. Who you got winning? Indiana or Miami?
I got Indiana in a close one.
Let's go. What are we, 8.5 hours away from kickoff? 8 hours away from kickoff. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to First Take. Behind us, obviously, Hard Rock Stadium. We're getting set for Miami and Indiana to go at it tonight. Desmond Howard now joins us here on First Take. Des, good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for having me. I'm excited about this opportunity. I love
Des be so clean.
Hey, I gotta keep up with you guys, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah.
Des, let's zoom in on tonight. I know you've talked about this game 800 different ways, but does it all fall on Carson Beck's shoulders for Miami if they're going to come away with a win tonight?
No, it does not. Because if you watch Miami play, you understand the way that Mario Cristobal built this team. He built this team from the inside out, meaning he built this team from the trenches. And what they do, they bring an extraordinary brand of physicality to the ball game. Every time they step on that football field, they want to make sure you understand that you're going to be in a 4-quarter fight with the most physical team in college football. So it doesn't fall on his shoulders because they're not asking him to throw the ball 30 or 40 times to win the game. No. They put the onus on their offensive line and their running backs. And then they let him throw the ball, you know, when he needs to throw it or when they want to throw it. But the whole game does not fall on his shoulders. But then they went into the college football playoff. And they went to College Station. And they played Texas A&M. And Texas A&M was a team that was highly ranked the whole season.
Yep.
And they went there and they played bully ball in College Station. Pushed them all around their own field. And then they played the defending national champs, Ohio State. People thought, well, Ohio State got one of the best defenses. People only averaging 7 points a game. They went out there, beat them by double digits.
Yeah.
And then Ole Miss game. So this is their brand of football. They don't put everything on their quarterback. They want to win the game in the trenches offensively and defensively. And that's who they are. That's their identity, and that's what they hang their hat on.
Des, it feels to me when you watch the Oregons and you watch the Alabamas, they come into the game thinking, we just playing the old Indiana. Right? There's no 5 stars. They don't have a ton of 4 stars on that team.
Yeah.
And when they get punched in the mouth, they aren't ready to react. And the way that Indiana capitalizes on turnovers and mistakes as well, what does Miami need to focus on the most to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand early? Because we've seen that the last 2 college football playoff games.
Well, you hit it on the head. You have to make sure that you don't make mistakes. You don't want to turn the ball over. We saw the Oregon game where Indiana played Oregon. Dante Moore came out. He threw an out route. The recipe for disaster for an out route, Cam Newton can tell you this.
Inside.
Late and inside. Late and inside, baby.
Right there.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
11 seconds into the game. 11 seconds.
That's right. So those guys guys, they capitalized. They had 2 more turnovers. Next thing you know, it was 21-0 before you can even blink, and that game was over. So that's what Miami has to do. Miami, unfortunately, if you watch the game against Ole Miss, they were flagged 10 times.
Yes.
74
10
yards.
times.
74 yards.
Can't do that against them.
You cannot do that. And they dropped 4 interceptions. So they're one of the most flagged teams, Miami is, in college football. They can't play that way tonight at Hard Rock because that team, Indiana Hoosiers, Hoosiers.
Let's go, Dad.
They will capitalize on that and run you out of your own home stadium, baby. Yes, yes.
And Des, that's what I'm worried about because I want this to be a thriller, and I know Miami has the talent to pull it off. My concern is those 10 penalties, the fact that they can tend to beat themselves to such a degree, and Indiana doesn't do that. I want to get to Cignetti, though, because obviously everybody's been talking about the players as well we should. Right. But this man is 26-2 in his 2 years at Indiana. They're undefeated right now. They're the #1 ranked team in the nation. And Dan Lannon can coach. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and you saw what they did to Oregon. You saw what they did. We thought we've been saying Kalen DeBoer could coach. We saw what they did to Alabama. What is it about this man? What has he done to make Indiana what Indiana is right now? And why should we believe that the same fate isn't destined for Cristobal?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question, right? Everyone's looking at Indiana, and you look at their roster, you look at the way they're just getting teams to pretty much tap out. Like, I was at that Rose Bowl, and Alabama tapped out. They didn't want any more of the Hoosiers. And they say, what is he doing? What's the secret sauce? First of all, he doesn't have a lot of 4- and 5-star players, but he has a lot of veteran players. He has a very, very experienced team. These guys, they played a lot of football. Secondly, he was able to bring a core group of players from James Madison University with him to Bloomington. So then he was able to help these young players understand the culture he was building and how to do everything. And the most important thing, now Nick Saban on our show, College Game, they told us one day about the NIL and spending money. They said you can spend as much money on anybody you want. But when you hit on the wrong guy, well, when you don't hit on the right guy, then he said you SOL. He used a language that I can't use because I don't have 7 national championships. You know what I'm saying? And your boy Cignetti, though, what he did, he hit. He hit on Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback from Cal. He went in the portal, got this guy. It ain't every day you can go in the portal and get a quarterback who's going to win the Heisman. So that combination of things has really worked in his favor. I've heard he's a great evaluator of talent, too, and so far, so good.
And get him to relocate from California to Indiana. But that's another subject. Go ahead.
It's terrible.
So I asked a former Heisman winner, former teammate Tim Tebow, I asked you as a Heisman winner as well, too. What team has the most pressure? Is it Miami that's, obviously playing in front of the home crowd, or you have a team in Indiana that we've known playing above what anybody is, including Shae Cornette, but playing at a level where it's like, yo, we have a magical season, and we want to protect that as much as possible.
I think the pressure right now is on Indiana. I really do. I think, they were a great story, but then once you go into the CFP and you start beating the blue blood like the Alabama Crimson Tide, the way you beat them, then people's eyes start to open up wider, and they start to look at you a little differently. And so now the storyline is, will they have this unprecedented, undefeated season, a perfect record, something that we've never seen because obviously we've extended the playoffs, and do something we haven't seen in college football. Miami, I think, is just playing with house money. I know it's a home game, it's their home stadium, but they've been an underdog each and every game they've played in the CFP, and they've embraced that role. So I just think there's a lot of pressure right now. You come in here, perfect record, unblemished. You have the Heisman Trophy winner. He's from Miami. So you have all of this build up with you on your side. I don't know. I don't check. Is it 8.5? Is it 9? I have no idea.
It was 8.5.
So you're favored by 8.5. So I think the pressure's on Indiana.
Let me end by saying this. All that house money talk is absolutely on the money with one exception. If you get your ass kicked. That cannot happen. This cannot be.
True.
We can't see you on your home turf tapping out.
Yep.
You understand? It can't be Alabama.
No.
It can't be Oregon.
Exactly.
You compete, no problem.
Right.
House money, house money, house money.
Yeah.
But if you get your ass kicked, no.
Yeah.
That better not happen.
I think the one thing I've seen from Miami, especially defensively, though, those dudes won't tap out.
Okay.
The scoreboard might say something, but they're going to keep coming down.
Gotcha.
And they-
Okay.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak